Have you ever thought about what life is? Is it like one of the discoverers of the structure of DNA, James Watson, said? It's just a matter of exquisitely organized physics and chemistry. Watson also believed that DNA is the code of life. What does it really mean? To understand Watson's idea, we have to know the structure of DNA and the decoding mechanism. Then we can understand how DNA affects the functions of cells, the communication among cells, and the formation of biological structures and characteristics. Thereby, we can have a deeper understanding of the interaction between organisms and the environment. Let's use eukaryotic cells, which are cells with true nuclei, for explanation. Chromosomes in the nucleus consist of DNA molecules and proteins. The DNA molecules are made of 2 DNA strands which form the double helix structure. There are 4 nucleotide bases on each DNA strand, which are represented by the 4 letters A, T, C, and G. The sequence of these 4 bases are called DNA sequence. The DNA sequences on the 2 DNA strands are complementary. Base A pairs with base T, while base C pairs with base G. One DNA molecule can have as many as 200 million base pairs, forming a very long DNA sequence, in which the biological information is hidden. So, how could these biological information be expressed? To answer this question, we have to know the decoding mechanism of the DNA sequence. That means the mechanism of gene expression. Gene is a segment of DNA sequence carrying genetic information. Through the processes of transcription and translation, the hidden genetic information is expressed. First, in transcription, the 2 DNA strands are unzipped. One of the DNA strands serves as the template for the synthesis of a complementary mRNA strand. Please note that mRNA has the base U instead of the base T. The mRNA is processed and cut to become a mature mRNA and then leave the nucleus. The biological information in the DNA sequence has been transcribed accurately into the mRNA sequence. At the second step of gene expression, translation, the mRNA binds with ribosomes in the cell. A step-by-step translation begins to reveal the genetic information hidden in the mRNA strands. 3 RNA bases are read as 1 coding unit. 2 coding units are paired with 2 complementary tRNA molecules, which carry 2 specific amino acids to the ribosome. The 2 adjacent amino acids are then bound and the first tRNA molecule is discharged. Then, the ribosome starts to decode the next coding unit until the entire translation process is completed. In this way, the information in the mRNA sequence is translated into amino acid chains, which fold into 3D structured proteins with specific biological functions. Let's look at this example. In the hemoglobin gene, the biological information in the DNA sequence is transcribed into the mRNA sequence and then translated into hemoglobin proteins, which are responsible for carrying oxygen in red blood cells. When a person carries an abnormal hemoglobin gene, such as having a mutation in the DNA sequence, the hidden biological information is different. After transcription and translation, the amino acid chains may be different. Thus, abnormal hemoglobin proteins are formed, which cause the formation of sickle-shaped red blood cells. This reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of red blood cells and may result in shortening one's lifespan. Up to here, do you agree that DNA is the code of life? DNA decoding is an exquisitely organized process involving only physical processes and chemical reactions. So, do you agree with Watson that life is just a matter of exquisitely organized physics and chemistry?